It's Blastzone Mike, and it is a Thursday night. I have two guests tonight. I have Jacqueline and the band Across the Board.
Hey, Mike, how are ya?
I'm doing okay.
Jackie, Andy.
How you doing, Mike?
Pretty good. So we're direct from Canada, right?
We are. We're from Toronto, Canada. Thanks for having us on your show.
Thank you.
Hey, that's where good wrestlers come from, Toronto.
Yes, true.
What inspired you to become musicians, both of you?
Well, my parents made me. What about you?
Well, you know what it was. It was listening to great songs, as a child in my parents' car, where you had, the only source of listening to music would be through the radio, really. Mm-hmm. So, I grew up listening to really good musicians like Supertramp and bands like that, like Led Zeppelin, ACDC, ABBA, just crazy, just timeless bands back in those times. That's what I grew up on, and it just always lit the fire in me to play.
I always thought Supertramp had the coolest cover of The Waitress.
Breakfast in America.
Breakfast in America.
Yeah, that was such a cool cover. So you said your parents made you get into music.
I grew up in a small town in the middle of the prairies in Canada. There's like nobody there except for, the farmers and the people who worked in the town. Amazing. For us, it's a city. I don't think you guys would classify it as a city in the States, but for us, it was a city at the time. And it was a fantastic place to grow up. It was safe, family oriented. I was like fourth generation in the place, but there's nothing really to do. We had a movie theater, but it was never really up to date. And that was about it. When I was young, there wasn't even a mall. It wasn't until I was like a teenager before we had a mall. So our parents would put us in sports. We had tons of sports programs. We had like Olympic athletes that came from our city, which was crazy because we were so small in the middle of nowhere. Cross-country skiers, swimmers.
A lot of winter sports.
Skaters. So they put me in.
Like ice hockey for me.
Yeah, so they put me in music because there was really nothing else to do. So we did a lot of athletics, and then we did lessons. So guitar, band. I was like a band brat all the way through high school, junior high. And then I loved the drums. And I thought stage band was cool because it was like instead of the classical music you were playing in band like stars and stuff like that, suddenly we got to play cool jazz stuff and rock and roll, and that was really fun. And I think I want to be a musician. Yeah,
that was cool.
So did you all grow up in the same town?
No, I grew up in small town, middle of nowhere, and he grew up here in Toronto. So we didn't meet until I came to Toronto. So, yeah.
So he was already from the big city.
He was, but his parents grew up in a village in Trinidad, but they had moved here and then had him in the big city.
So you were already growing up listening to like Anvil and all those kind of heavy bands like that, huh?
Yeah, that's his stuff. Definitely, that's his stuff.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah.
So you're a Lips fan, are you?
Limp?
Anvil singer band.
I'm not a big Limp Bizkit fan. I can't say that.
No.
I'm 41.
Anvil lead singer's name is Lips.
Anvil, we love Anvil, man. Did you see the documentary?
Love it. Greatest one ever made.
Oh my God, I loved that. I had no idea. I had no idea that guy was so popular. And then he does this comeback and he goes to Europe and everybody singing his songs to him, and he had no idea he was so popular. His whole life he broke.
But my thing is, how in the hell did them two stay together for that amount of time? Because they were so combustible, man.
They hate each other. They hated each other. But
I love the documentaries. I love the documentaries that they're coming out with all these different bands. Like, they did the Quiet Riot documentary. They did the Alice Cooper, Super Duper Alice Cooper. Yeah, they've done a lot of great documentaries, and there's a Bang Tango one that came out. There's all kinds of documentaries, and that's right. I guess that's the reason why I want to do my own show, reality show.
Yeah.
Because none of it's staged. It's all actually what happened. It wasn't like it was all organic. It wasn't like somebody was telling me, "Hey, do this. Hey, do that."
Yeah.
Reality TV now isn't really reality TV. A lot of it's staged.
We know. Yeah, for sure.
I mean,
even the reality
people
shows.
really think they get that stuff in those lockers, okay?
No, it's true. It's so true. Absolutely. But you have to take it with a grain of salt. It's kind of funny. Have you seen that new show on Netflix called Unreal?
No.
So it's about a dating show, sort of like The Bachelor, but they take behind the scenes of how they produce these people to come up with the responses and the reactions and take the directions that they do. It's cool. And it shows you all the pathology of all the people that are involved in the show, the producers, and why they do what they do just for good TV, It's super cool.
My question to you is, both of you, would you go on a show and play like America's Got Talent or Canada's Got Talent or whatever it is you all do in Canada?
I know. I would love to tell you no. I would love to say no because I just want to do what we want to do.
Wouldn't be at the top of my priority list, no.
Not really, because
not our thing, really.
I'll tell you what I think happens when somebody goes on one of those shows, and I might be wrong, but my idea of what happens is, you play the songs that they want you to play, you lose yourself a little bit as an artist, and if you do well, they bank on your popularity. And then you're locked in to do their will for I don't know how long. It just seems like the people who do really well on those shows are the ones who don't win because the show doesn't care about them. And then they get to do what they want. Look at Adam Lambert, right?
Adam Lambert and Queen. I mean, how much better could you get than that?
Exactly.
Well,
he's Queen now. You know what? He took over Queen.
I don't really like this whole competition of music thing anyways, to begin with.
It's frustrating,
That just, the bigger picture of that is really not nice.
And
it's not good.
But then on the other side of it, two of our friends were just on a show here in Toronto, which was called The Launch. And one of them ended up with a recording deal out of it. The other ended up with a song that's on a TV show on our big network here in Canada. And it's okay, well, you know what? Sometimes it can take somebody who has no other opportunities in life to a point where they can reach a bigger audience and they can be discovered for what they really are, for their music.
I can't remember which one it was, but one of those girls that was on The Voice, she won and turned down the contract.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Good for her.
Yeah, I just happened last season or the season before, but she turned down the contract. Amazing. And I didn't know that they could turn down the contract, but she turned it down, and she's done better since she turned down the contract than she did.
Right, exactly.
People bitch when Daughtry win and Adam Lambert didn't win, but man, look at what they're doing now. And
one of my favorite artists.
Look at Healey.
He came 6th or something, but honestly, I would go to a Daughtry concert in a second, and I don't even remember who won that year. Memory. Look at what's her name? Oh my God, Jennifer Hudson. They threw her out top 10, but they threw her out. She's Beyonce level at work, one of everything, an Academy Award, an Emmy. A Tony, all this stuff.
She's married to a pro wrestler.
No, really?
And when he's an announcer now for the most part, but when he's an announcer, usually Jerry Lawler or one of them picks on him and asks him if Jennifer bought him his new shoes or whatever for him. They're always picking on him because Jennifer's his wife.
Yeah.
His name's David Atunga. So her real name is Jennifer Atunga, but she goes by Jennifer Hudson. But yeah, but cool. I understand that. Look, the guys in Aerosmith are mad because Steven Tyler took the job on American Idol, but the good thing about it was, look at the resurgence of Aerosmith. Aerosmith come back with a
Exactly.
few after he was on American Idol.
But it's different, I think, when you're a judge than when you're a contestant. If you're a judge, you know, like him or like just about anybody who's come on there, they're not necessarily somebody who's mainstream, except for J-Lo, because she was on there. But they're not necessarily somebody who's mainstream. They might have already had their careers on hiatus. They come on that show and boom, everything takes off again. So I think it's the opposite for judges than it is for contestants.
What was that one moment? You're playing music, okay? Say you're on stage, you're live, okay, the two of you. You're doing your thing, okay? Give me a moment in your life on stage that you said to yourself, these people get it. This person gets it. That's one of those stories.
Yeah, I think it was actually not too long ago. It was the last time we played at the Horseshoe. So the Horseshoe Tavern is a pretty famous venue here in Toronto where a lot of great acts have come through, like all the big name acts.
It's legendary.
It's legendary, man. All the big name acts have come through the Horseshoe on their way up, you know. And we played there 3 times, and the last time we played there,
the Stones have played there, like all big bands.
Crazy. And the last time we played there, we played to a sold-out crowd. There was 2 or 3 bands that night. And I remember we were on.
It's a small venue.
It's not a big venue.
Few hundred people.
Couple hundred people only. It's just one of those places,
it's like
you know?
a small little venue, but it's classic.
So we were up on stage, and I remember thinking, this sounds really nice, and I like what we're doing, and I felt really good. And I looked down, and people were singing back our music to us. They were singing the lyrics of our song. And I was like, wow, this is so cool. It was a moment. It was that moment. It was like, we're on the same level. We're giving you our song. I'm singing my heart out to you. Andy's out there playing his bass and jamming. The whole band's, you know, just getting down, and we're like totally locked in. And I just, for some reason, like got out of my head, moved forward in the stage beyond the lights and looked out. And everybody's like in the front row there. All our fans are like singing this song back to us.
Like a true local fan base.
I was like, holy shit. I almost lost it and stopped singing because I was like,
it was a moment. It was like,
it's crazy. It was awesome. Yeah.